Originally, I was put with Tammy. I paid for the script. I paid $250,000. That's my script. That's why 50 when he came in, because we put a cease and desist order in through my attorney. That's why they couldn't do a motion picture. That's why you didn't see the BMF story on the big screen.
A new video is going around that has everyone in the hip-hop world talking. People are pretty shocked by what it shows. The video appears to show a famous figure named Big Meech getting into a serious fight with the superstar rapper and actor, 50 Cent. This whole thing happened at a private party in the city of Atlanta. The clip starts with the two men having a very loud and intense argument. It's a big deal because these are two very powerful and well-known people. One of them, Big Meech, is known for his history and reputation from the streets. The other, 50 Cent, is a massive celebrity in the music and entertainment business. In the video, you can clearly hear people in the background shouting and yelling as the argument gets more and more heated. The tension keeps building until it looks like the shouting turns into a real physical fight. The whole scene is chaotic and has everyone wondering what exactly happened to cause this clash between two such different but important figures.
Come off the street.
I never told.
You told Tammy that.
Right after the video hit the internet, it spread like wildfire. Almost immediately, hashtags and keywords about the fight started trending everywhere online. This got everyone talking, from regular fans to big names in the music industry, and they are all trying to figure out the same thing: what was the reason for this huge argument? So far, neither 50 Cent nor Big Meech has made any official statement or given their side of the story. It's all a big mystery. However, some people who claim to be close to the situation are saying that a fight like this was bound to happen eventually. These insiders are explaining that 50 Cent and Big Meech have had bad blood between them for a very long time. A lot of this history seems to connect back to the story of the Black Mafia family, a story that many people know because 50 Cent himself turned it into a very popular and successful television show. This old conflict seems to be at the heart of their current problems, which finally exploded into a public fight at that private event.
Big Meech's giant welcome home concert
I told you it was
canceled.
What'd I tell you?
The bill was
What
insane.
did I say?
The list of artists.
To understand why this fight happened, you have to know a little bit about the history between these two men. Big Meech, whose real name is Demetrius Flenory, is the person who originally started the BMF. This was a very powerful and well-known street organization. When 50 Cent decided to turn the story of the BMF into a television series, a lot of people on the outside thought it was a great idea. They believed it was going to make Big Meech's life story famous and introduce it to a whole new audience. But behind the scenes, things weren't so positive. There were always quiet problems and arguments happening between them. People who know about the situation say they often disagreed over who had control of the show's storyline and how the money from the project should be handled. Big Meech apparently started to feel like the television show was changing the facts of his real life. He was worried it was being altered and exaggerated just to make it more entertaining for viewers. On the other hand, 50 Cent seemed to see the whole thing as a straightforward business project. For him, it was simply a way to tell a dramatic story to his fans. This big fight that everyone is now talking about reportedly came after many months of these private disagreements building up. Some insiders also say that Big Meech was already upset about other details, like which actors were chosen to be in the show and how the different members of his BMF were being portrayed on screen. All of these small issues created a lot of tension that finally exploded into their very public argument.
But when we go to your crib, and me and Murder sitting in the backyard, and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in the Ferrari truck, he had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this nigga, yo, this nigga tripping.
The whole situation got a lot worse recently when 50 Cent announced that he was planning to create even more new television shows based on the BMF story. This announcement really made the people close to Big Meech angry because they felt that Meech never agreed to let this happen. The video that everyone is watching now seems to be the result of all that built-up tension and frustration finally boiling over into a real-life, face-to-face argument. Out on the internet, people are completely split on who is right in this fight. Some people online are saying that Big Meech is right to want to protect the story of his own life and that he should have more control over how it is told. Other people argue that 50 Cent is the one who deserves credit because he is the person who took the BMF story and made it famous all around the world. So this video has started a huge debate about a bigger question, which is about who really has the right to tell and profit from someone else's life story. The people who are on 50 Cent's side are very upset about the whole thing. They are saying that the short video clip doesn't show the entire story of what happened that night and that the physical part of the fight wasn't actually as serious as it looks. They are quick to point out that 50 Cent was able to leave the event safely and without any real trouble. But the people who are supporting Big Meech are telling a very different version of the events. They explain that from their point of view, Big Meech was finally standing up for himself against someone he believes used his life story to make a lot of money. There have been rumors floating around for years that Meech's own family didn't receive a fair amount of money from the TV show, even though the show itself has gone on to make many millions of dollars. It turns out that this fight didn't just happen at a random party. It took place at a private event that was actually for a documentary being made about the BMF. People who were there as witnesses say the whole argument started when the two men began discussing who ultimately gets to control the BMF story. The conversation got really heated, especially when Meech's son, Lil Meech, was brought into the discussion. That was the moment when Big Meech decided to step in so he could talk to 50 Cent directly. The two men ended up arguing back and forth for a few minutes, and that's when things escalated from just yelling to getting physical. The video that is going around online only shows a very short part of all the chaos that broke out. Because the clip is so short, it's still unclear how violent the fight truly was, but the video itself has already caused a lot of damage to both of their reputations. This whole public fight is happening at a really bad time, especially since a brand new season of the BMF television show is currently being filmed. It's strange because the real-life drama now seems to be mirroring the show's own plotlines, which are all about loyalty and betrayal. Right now, both sides are trying their best to control the damage from the leaked video. We are hearing that 50 Cent's team of lawyers is looking at the entire situation very carefully. Meanwhile, some people are even speculating that the video might have been leaked on purpose by one side, just to send a strong message to the other. In the end, this fight is about much more than just two famous people having an argument. It shows what can happen when a real-life street legend feels like his own personal story is being taken over and changed by the Hollywood business machine. This is really a major clash between two different ideas, the idea of protecting your personal legacy and the idea of running a successful, money-making business. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real hip-hop news and the biggest stories happening in the culture.